each other, they can communicate better.
Even just watching their matches back on theater, you know, they can sit around together, throw a big screen up.
Are you surprised? The Vesper's gone. We got to see it in 2 games. We saw it protected for the first time in the league earlier today. Yeah. Vesper's going to go. I forgot my controller, so I can't cycle through these.
He's going to go as well. Chino, Neslo is going to get rid of high caliber. Looks like the guys on DT trying to eliminate some of the SMGs, throw the guys on TK off their game a little bit, see what comes in next.
Well, that's the big thing. And
Flashes, stuns.
This map is the big one. Popular. The big one for subs.
Ban from Happy. People don't want to play with that shoddy, man.
It's terrifying. No, that shotgun, I don't know if I've only gone up against it in pubs, never in like a competitive format, but that thing that kills me across Nuketown. It's like window to window. I'm getting one shot with an Argus. I don't understand how.
RK5, Elcar, they go.
I remember TK really hates the pistols.
Yes.
Remember back to the qualifier, they were banning pistols.
Yeah, they did not
pretty
like the
much
pistols at all.
All the time. They were taking those ones out of the picture. Not surprised to see those go at all. Now the specialist drafts to be kinetic armor and Scythe to be coming first.
You're always going to have somebody run kinetic armor on a hard point when it's available. Such a great ability to be able to jump in there, pick up 1-2 players, even eat some shots for players going by. So not shocked to see both teams go with kinetic armor. Both teams go with a Scythe. Heatwave. We saw how powerful it was that game. Bring both of them out, one for each side. See what Sender, in theory, wrap up the specialist draft with.
Sender. Last one to pick right now, then we'll get to the edit critic class. He's going to go with the Purifier. We've seen the Purifier selected. At least one player, I think, has had it in each of the first hard points. We haven't seen it really be used all that effectively. It's been shut down pretty quickly. No one able to get a lot of kills. We've actually seen 2 Purifiers. I think it's shut down by its cousin, Heatwave. Somebody pops that off, all of a sudden you have no idea where the fire's going.
From long range, it's easy to kill that player, right? You come in there, you're torching everything. You know exactly where the flames are coming from. You just fire at them. You're able to take that player out. I think maybe some of the ways players use it needs to change.
Certainly.
Like if you're in the hill and you pop it and you kind of fire it at a doorway, nobody is going to run through that doorway and challenge that because they won't make it very far. I think to use it to break hills, it's a little bit harder. Maybe like pairing it with like flashes or stuns.
Sure.
You're able to get in there a little bit closer. I think that's probably the way players are going to have to start playing that.
Absolutely. Now, we saw both series go the distance to Game 5, so obviously the game type you're getting twice in each of those is Search and Destroy. One of the most infamous game types in Call of Duty, also the most important in a 5-game series here, especially when we have CTF and Uplink. You saw them be the difference in both of these past series going to the Game 5. So, for this series, we're talking about Team Kaliber and DT Esports. Who do you think is a stronger Search and Destroy team? We want to hear you on social media. We want to see it on Twitter. Tell us who the better Search and Destroy team is with hashtag CWLPS4. We'd love to hear your thoughts at CUD World League. Matt and I, we'd love to know.
And these are 2 teams I think are pretty good at S&D. I would say TK. TK has always been a historically
I feel like we've been saying that ever since Black Ops 2.
They have been. I mean, Neslo's a good S&D player, same with Sharp. No, we've seen
Ghost are pretty good
stuff with the sniper rifle.
Not so much in AW, but Ghost, they were pretty solid.
AW, I felt like they were like an off game for all of them.
I mean,
you had some good performances.
Is this the bounce back year?
I mean,
Kozdov and crew, are they coming back?
I mean, they finished second at was it 1 or 2 of the tournaments for AW early when they had Looney. So I think this is a team that, you know, maybe gets overshadowed a little bit by some of the bigger name players and stuff.
They've just been a team. I feel like
they're solid.
For years, they've been in the top 8. Well, since let's say after Black Ops 2, really kind of been in the top 8.
Since they formed, since Team Kaliber started as an organization, they've been in the top 8.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, as far as breaking into the top 4, top 3, they haven't really been able to with the past couple of games. Are they going to be able to do that in Black Ops 2? I don't know that they can right now. I mean, there's a lot of top teams, but are they in the conversation to potential to do that? Absolutely.
Without a doubt. And you're going to have Evac Hardpoint kicking things off. 250-point score limit, 5 minutes on the clock. The clock not going to count down when there's one team holding that hard point, when it's, you know, 2 teams contesting for the hard point, or nobody's in it, the clock's going to run, and then the respawn delay, nothing. We want to see the players get right back into the battle as soon as they drop.
All right, let's kick things off. Going to start off with my pal Chino, see what he's able to do here for DT as we are getting ready to kick off Game 1. Let's get on. Going to be sub-heavy here as everyone's going to be pushing forward to this middle hard point. He gets bumped by basically every player on his team. Going to get slowed up a bit, but he's going to be the player. Check the right side. He's got 1 in front, make it 2. Not going to be able to pick up those entry kills.
And I thought TK was going to be able to break this off the rip, Maven, and nope, Sender and Happy going big, picking up 2 kills. Able to just ward off that push from TK. You see Goon just trying to put down some shots on a player. That's not the player you want to shoot. That is actually a teammate going into the hill.
Shots going in the back.
It is DT coming out to a quick early lead, but you expect TK rotate early. This is a team that, you know, obviously Black Ops 2 historically very sound in hardpoint. They're one of the better teams in that game mode. Doesn't get a lot of credit.
Okay, there's some hip fire coming out of it.
Fantastic shot coming down by Goon. Okay, and he's going to pick up the points, juggling those hills, getting close to those streaks.
Everyone rotating now to try and get set up for the second hard point. So we Sharp kind of watching this back door. They've got 3 people set up and are getting the leftover time. So that's a really solid start to TK, at least in transition from the first to the second hard point. The question is, can they now hold it?
You can see how close he
on.
is to Heat Wave. He is using overclock, 100%. You can bust out that player widget. Let's take a look.
And this again, we talked about, will people use perk 1? Not for Flak Jacket. It's been for overclock and afterburner.
Yep. And you see how fast he gets Heat Wave. I don't blame him. When you can get your ability that fast, I mean, the second hill, you know, 30 seconds pretty much into the game, have your specialist ability. It's huge.
On Theory as well.
You see, I bet there's probably, well, 2 players running it for TK.
Yeah, you're going to have perk 1 greed actually as well for Sharp. Sharp's running flat. You know, you talked about perk 1 kind of being not great because you kind of have to run afterburner, but here you see perk 1. So, usually it's perk 3 where you're going to actually see.
Let's see something.
Stay with Sharp?
Yeah, go back to Sharp through the spawn. Just bust out the player widget real quick. Okay, so I thought it might have been a situational thing. You have your specialist already, then you switch over to the Flak Jacket class, then you go back to the overclock to get it again. But you know, not a lot of time to switch your classes back and forth, and it's going to be TK getting control of the hill. Sharp going to fall back, try and give his teammates some cover, watching that lower wall run. Now DT trying to pinch, trying to break this hill. You see one player going all the way around the outside, and it looks like that's going to be Chino for Team Kaliber. Him and DT, him and Diabolic both picking up kills. Does not matter.
Just
Neslo
guns, Chino.
Crushes 2. You have Sender flying into the hard point, though. It's going to be back in control of DT.
We'll see if this Goon's still going to be watching the back. Let's rotate over closer to the action. That's going to be Chino picking up a 2-piece before he's going to fall. Sender 7 and 6 right now. Picking up time in the hard point. Looks like he's going to be pushed from high and low. He's got the M8. He can deal with this. He decides to challenge, and can he get it? The duck, the crouch, pops back up, able to pick it up. Add a couple kills in here for Sender. 10 seconds left on this one. They're rotating out of the corner. So far, solid lead here coming in for DT, despite the fact that I thought they were set up pretty nicely, TK, at least for the second and third hard point.
Yeah, and I think TK, they need to get on that rotation a little bit earlier. Maybe they're going to have 2 players set up. Big kill by the Goonjar right there. Shuts down that scythe. That scythe, if he got set up, that would have been dangerous, and TK should be able to hold this hard point for extended period of time. You see how far away the players of DT are spawning. You have Neslo and Theory in the kill feed, picking up 2. Love the play by Goonjar, just staying alive. You know, nades and stuns flying at the hill. Goon doing a fantastic job right now.
Yeah, he stays alive. He picks up a player, the first one in. He's finally going to get taken out. Theory going to be the next man in, trying to hold it off. He's going to be able to get 2 before Sender picks him off. Now, who is that? You have Camo up. I'm trying to see what else they have. You have the Purifier as well. That'll be saved, I'm guessing, for either the first or second hard point. We'll probably see that busted out. We'll try and keep an eye here on the specialists for these teams. On the MR6, banned in basically every game previously, now going to be coming out, and you can see it start to do some work.
Well, you can shoot it pretty fast.
Oh,
I actually think you can get more shots off with that than the RK5. The Elcar, I don't think so. I think the MR6 is a little bit underrated. Probably, at least in my opinion, the second best pistol. I would probably put it over the RK5 at this moment in time. You see why it was banned so frequently in the Elevate Optic Gaming Series.
Theory going to be coming in from behind. Going to hit the camo, just pick up 1 kill. That's going to allow him to create an opening for his team here. They're spawning out now. Sharp and Neslo pick up 1 as well. They're just trying to get time. Trailing by 30 right now. They had a brutal Game 5, Round 11 loss last night, right? Is that the Round 11? Yeah, that's where they were not able to clutch up. Can they take care of business today? They don't want another Game 5. They want to take care of things early. Goon a little bit off with the scythe there. Let's switch things over to Sender. He's still got his Purifier. He's 15 and 10 right now on a 2 streak. Make it 3. Can he make it 4? He picks up the kill despite the heat wave coming in from Sharp. Incredible job there from Sender. That's a couple times in the past few days we've seen it just line up perfectly. The heat wave hits right as they snap on that player. They're still able to finish the kill.
I mean, when you pop your heat wave, you expect at least to be able to pick up that 1 player.
You would hope, yeah. Sender's going off right now. 5 streak for Sender.
Doing a nice job watching that backside of the wall run. So a lot of players wouldn't actually look towards that. Sender, good map awareness, able to pick that player off. And he has Purifier sitting all the way in the back. Wonder if he's going to play towards the streaks. If the guys on TK get near the hill, maybe he'll start to flood in, rain some havoc with it.
He's still waiting right now. Cinder, he's been watching the back. There's the Purifier. It's going to come out. It's about to get toasty here. They're going to be aware someone's there. He's able to cook one, cook two. No, it doesn't connect with the second, actually. He's not able to pick that player up. Doesn't actually leave that fire on him long enough, but they're still able to hold. Chino and crew set up nicely. Extend his lead out to about 70 points right now.
I like the use of it, though. No, as opposed to just diving into the hard point.
Sure. Oh, God, Chino, don't get a third, please. Able to pick up a couple. We haven't been on with Happy too much. Let's get eyes on with him for a second. He tossed an EMP, tried to get forward there to hold that corner.
So he's a player during AW who was fun to watch, like very good in the slaying department, but AW is so fast that you would see Happy, he'd be like 9 and 7. Like, how is that even possible? Like, where are you playing? So plays a little bit unorthodox, a little bit of a slower pace, but in this game, definitely think it'll fit his playstyle more. Doing a nice job getting some hill time as well. Most on the team right now. Excited to see Happy back in the Pro League.
See if Happy and DT can take this first game. So far, they've basically controlled the pace from beginning to end. We'll watch. Cinder's kind of watching the backside. He's trying to get forward. This is a tough gunfight. He's got to get out of there. There are too many players of TK set up nicely here. You see the MR6 able to pick up an assist there for Sharp, and he's got his camo again, Theory, because he's been running overclock as well. Let's see if Sharp's already got another heat wave. I think he's used 2 or 3 already.
Well, when you have overclock, you get your abilities so fast. I mean, let's not even talk about the guns. The abilities, how many times a game, if you're playing in and around the hill like Theory, can you get those, you got to say 3-4 times a game? Especially something like camo, you definitely want it often. And you know, Neslo right now, struggling a little bit. Him and Sharp, 15-21 for Sharp, doing a nice job though, locking down the hill. Neslo, only 4 seconds in the hill, 17-25. Need to help Sharp a little bit more around the objective.
And let's see if Theory can deal with the push. There were 3 coming in, Matt. They're starting to get aggressive here, but that's 3 big kills coming in for TK. Still a big advantage for DT. They've had this comfortable lead for what feels like the whole game.
They're spawning far away, though, now. They're going to give up a ton of time on this one, Clint.
Well, let's see as they're going to push 2 from either side. 2 coming in middle, 2 coming from the left. Theory is just trapped in here as they're starting to put in pressure, and here they come. Nice shots on one. Going to be taken out by the second. That's actually an HC car going to be coming in. 20 seconds left on this one. Let's see if TK can hold most of the remaining time, if they can push in here and try to bring this one back a bit. I thought he was going to jump off the map.
I thought Goon, I thought he was going to fall off, but he's going to challenge this through water. Diabolic able to pick him up. Theory gonna trade that kill. That player hiding behind that pole in the middle.
Who first
Happy coming
Cinder,
in through water. Love the play by those 2 guys. You know, Happy and one of his other teammates. Great bait and switch. Cinder, see this guy right underneath him?
He is running in circles.
No idea where that player is.
Lost him entirely. I saw him spawn top. I thought he was the first player to get to the hard point, but it got into a bit of a confusing gunfight there as he was trying to get set up. Now, let's see if Theory prompts to use the camo. He used the camo last time we went back to the original hill in order to break it. Right now, doesn't need to. I think
now
he might off spawning. I'm going to go right back to him.
He put some shots in Diabolic. Diabolic comes in, though, with that kinetic armor.
They're spawning really far out.
It's so powerful when you're just going
He's got to hit it now, right?
He's got to wait for a teammate to get near him.
He hits it. He goes in, able to pick up 1. Can't get a second, though.
But
he's going to die
right
immediately.
Away. There's nobody else there to trade those kills. I mean, Sharp jumps in, gets 1. Goon going to pick up another one. Now Neslo flanking all the way around the back. If Theory would have waited another 2-3 seconds, might have been able to stay alive there.
Well, it looks like they're going to give these points to TK. They're going to set up for the next hard point. So
it makes a lot of sense.
He's the only one, though, wrapping around the back, because now Sharp and Neslo have both picked up kills. They might hear him while running. He's getting chased from behind. They have to kill him. He's going to fall off the map, actually. And as long as Cinder stays alive, he is able to give them a pretty good spawn here. He's able to get them very, very close.
Look at where TK is spawning. They are spawning all the way. If you blow up the minimap, Maven, all the way at that.
And that was all Cinder, man.
Yep,
Cinder flying around the back. He wasn't able to pick up the kill. I think that was.
They might not even make it back towards the hard point here. Right now, you're going to see a contested. There's players diving in from the up top. Happy picking up 1. Chino picking up 2.
Chino going off to close the game.
This
will be a nice final kill cam here, as he's going to get a 3-piece to take home.
DT with a huge win there, game number 1. This makes the S&D even more important. You see 2 kills coming in there. Chino's going to turn around. Saw overclock a lot in that game. No blast suppressor at Chino there, running tag masks.
Yeah,
so it's kind of pointless. You see the Vesper and rapid fire. That could not have gone
I bet you
faster.
Pistols are going to be targeted next by TK would be my guess after they get the Vesper. They're actually going to go with high caliber. All right. Surprised? I thought they'd go with the pistols for sure.
I don't think it's worth protecting a pistol.
Oh, no. I just think they want to get him out of the game.
I don't think it's worth it for DT to protect a pistol.
Oh, no. I'm just thinking back to the qualifier when they completely took them out of the game.
So let's see what happens.
No smokes. All right.
No.
Does that surprise you to see smokes banned?
A little bit. I mean, maybe something along the lines of thermal coming in, flashes are gone. Would not be surprised if we see stuns, so the HC is gone.
Interesting. And HC is a great one here, especially when you can get it into mansion, just start to hop around, wreak havoc, get so much scouting information. Because think about how much distance you actually have to travel with the HC car, even as a player, once you get into mansion. You can really, it's like a boost and a couple jumps, and you've basically checked 4 different rooms, or at least got vision on stuff. So being able to use an HC car in that position can give you a ton of information. 3 tacticals are going to go, I believe, is what Kinetic to round things out. So tacticals, what was flash, concussion, smokes. You're not going to worry about anything there. Potentially EMPs, but they're not going to play too much of a factor. HC's out. Now that makes me think of HC's out. Teams are going to think they don't need to run flak jackets, so it's going to be a lot of afterburner. Nades. Do you see nades is the question.
I think so. Maybe nades towards the B bomb side.
That's all they're really used for, because you're not going to toss nades in a mansion.
At A. Yeah,
at A or into mansion at all. So really just
going to run glitch. You're going to see Happy with a overdrive selection. I'm a fan of overdrive, even with afterburner and the G slide and all that stuff. I'm a fan of overdrive. I still think it's useful.
It's just it's still useful. It's not as useful, I guess, is the issue. It's not as useful as it was before, but it certainly has its uses. Because if you're hitting your G slides and the overdrive, I mean, you become Superman. You're moving at the speed of sound.
Glitch.
Yeah, just because it doesn't have as much of a the problem with glitch and psychosis is, again, we talked about it yesterday, is that kind of that random element. I mix element and elevate together, I think.
You're still.
Dude, we've already been casting for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I still have a chocolate chip cookie next to me that I want to eat. It looks delicious.
The chicken sandwich he was going to flip, by the way, is still over there.
I don't know if I'm
out of the package.
When am I going to? Yeah, is it still good?
We need a microwave up here.
I need a doctor. I just had an infection on my foot. I could barely walk. Am I okay to eat chicken that's been here? Is that a shot? You got to see my chapstick as well. My chapstick, my chocolate chip cookie, and my sandwich.
Insight of what I go over his place one day, and he's throwing away some clothes, whatever, and just like the ugliest clothes you've ever seen in your entire life. And up in the top is a large box. I'm like, what is that up there? He's like, oh, that's my chapstick. He buys those chapsticks. It has to be the same chapstick every single time.
Natural
and it's like a box of like 100.
And I've used it.
You go through chapstick at an unprecedented rate.
I've used it ever since I was like 8 years old. It's my favorite chapstick in the whole wide world.
So instead of like a teddy bear as a child, you had
chapstick.
What is that?
I'd fill my pillowcase with chapstick. Yeah, it's amazing. But anyway. Just waiting on the players. They edit the creative class now. I am looking forward to eating my chocolate chip cookie. That's for sure. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
it's going to be wonderful. But if we have another match like we did earlier, that cookie, I'll be talking to you in approximately 2 hours.
Yeah, that
These games have been insane.
The cookie's going to be waiting a long time.
Yeah, it certainly is.
I don't want to spoil it, but I feel like this one could go long as well.
No, this has the potential for it. I think if DT can take this game too, there certainly is a potential for a 3-0. But again, we saw that reverse sweep earlier by HTK. They go down 2-0. They climb back. They're able to take it in the game 5. Anything can happen today. I wouldn't be surprised if we have 4 game 5s. I guess we're going to be able to find out. Matt and I deal a lot with kind of our run of show, our broadcast schedule. We're kind of how we map things out together. And we always have like a worst case scenario for the broadcast. Like, how long could it potentially go? If everything is like an overtime, everything's a game 5, everything's around 11. We're well on our way to finding out what that time is.
Yeah, we're about to find out as we jump into game number 2. Fully expect to see many more games as you see Stronghold SND. 6 rounds, score limit, 5 seconds to plant the bomb, 7.5 defuse time. You die, you ain't coming back. We're going to jump right into the game.
All right, let's go. Game 2, TK going up against DT. Who do you want to hop on? You know what? I'm going with my boy, Neslo. I want to see what he can do early. One of my favorite players in Call of Duty. And it looks like they might actually be doing 2 potentially towards bunker early. Now, one of the players is
going to have to go back and get the bomb at some point.
They want nothing to do with that bomb. And now, is this player in defense? He's probably sitting right up in that corner.
I think Neslo actually opted to just not check just check bunker, not grab the bomb right away. Now he's going to take that bomb, go over towards the mid-map. This looks like going to be a prime mansion push. You see Sharp jumping up, sees that trophy system, knows there's going to be some players playing up top.
And now he's going to opt to push in. He's got a player in that corner. You know, you saw him on the minimap sitting there the entire time. Good patience, and that's actually Chino able to pick up both players to try to challenge him here at front bedroom. Solid stuff by them. He's taking a little nap, little break there on the bed. Now we'll see if he decides to push and flank. There's only one player to deal with. It's Theory. He's able to get one. Now, we haven't seen this really at all. As far as someone running an M8, you opt to go with perks.
Why does he not? Okay, so he's running the overkill, and then he's opting not to have.
Interesting, because usually, I mean, you're going to have overkill with a sub pretty much at all times. Not typically overkill M8 with no attachments.
Yeah, it's quite odd. Interesting to see if he sticks with that class. See DT taking round number 1. I like Theory with the sniper, one of the better snipers in all of Call of Duty. Interesting backup, though, to have that M8 with only 2 attachments.
All right, now on offense, it's going to be DT. Let's go with Chino to kick things off. He had 2 big kills on defense there inside a bedroom. Let's see where he opts to play. Now, it looks like he is going to be running sniper with the Kuda. He's got cold-blooded to go with this as well instead of fast hands, since he's going to be sniping. Not nearly as big of a deal here.
I was right. You could fit everything.
He's got 4, but I think he's got nothing on his Kuda's Y. Oh, he has quick draw. All right,
which is pretty much all you need. You're fine with that.
Well, with the Vesper, I think you kind of have to have. Well, I guess you don't have to have grip. Yeah. Well, he doesn't have. He has a default sight. He doesn't have thermal, right?
No, he does.
Oh, we just saw thermal. Oh, there it goes. It wasn't switching for me, man.
Just read the word thermal.
Yeah, anyway. I did. You know, I'm not the best reader, apparently. And on the other side, we have Theory, who's going to be sniping. It's been a long time
since you practiced reading.
Right. I do audiobooks, man. I don't have to read words. Challenge comes in from the back. Diabolic going to be taken out, or Diabolic able to take out Sharp. That's going to be traded out. Just back and forth right now. The HC car going to pick up one as well. It's going to be 2 versus 2,
able
35
to get
seconds on the clock.
Like a real good man advantage where you can get in a position where you can force gunfights and trade kills. You can see Goonjar get that bomb down over at the A site, but he's going to get pinched as both players from DT.
He just went right for the defuse. He just sat on it and went for it. They aren't able to check it. There's 2 up. They never go for it. Just gets to the fuse. Good stuff there by Goon. I thought for a second, when he said he's getting bombed, I was like, I think he's defusing this. It says defuse.
For a second,
he's lying on it.
Yeah, I was like, he's getting the bomb down. I was like, wait a second. We just saw TK on offense.
We've been casting for quite some time. It's all right. Your brain starts to fall apart.
Actually, my brain turned into complete mush and liquid after that CTF.
Oh, yeah. That CTF was insane.
I can't tell you one thing we've talked about since then.
Well, I was confused to begin because, typically they have it set up for competitive where it's flag cap-based, not round-based. There was something that got screwed up with it being round-based, and that just threw me for a complete loop. But it led to one of the more epic matches we've seen. Absolutely unreal. Goes to an overtime. If you are just tuning in, didn't get to watch that last series, well, really either series, go back and watch the first 2 from today. Just absolutely incredible series.
I feel like today we're just in for some 4 crazy matches. Day number 2 getting off to a great start. You see Goon picking up 1 straight out quickly. Chino able to take him down. Chino picking up a big 2-piece. I believe that's up top mansion. Does not matter, though, as Theory cuts him down. Kills being traded pretty quickly as Sender going to be able to take out Theory. Sharp not in a position to trade that kill. That's where he's got to be a little bit closer to Theory, able to pick up those kills.
Well, Sharp now in a 1v2. Bomb basically down mid-map, or kind of right in front of B, it looks like, at least is on the mini-map. Now, where is he going to make a play? He's going to get picked off, I think, from steps there right behind him. So Diabolic with the Kuda, able to close this out. And so far, just nothing they could really do here with regards to the side of offense. They can't really get anything going, and you'll see the Kuda's got grip and quick draw on that one there. 2-1 is going to be an advantage here for DT. The question is, can DT now get it done on offense? They got the plant before. They allow that to get diffused with 2 up. You can't let that happen, Matt.
Especially when you get it down today. Like, where do you go? I mean, just sit on the bomb at that point. Sit on
the bomb, hide behind car. I mean, they look like they were both running around.
What they did.
They're both flying around the minimap looking for kills. At least that's what it seemed like. Now, it looks like a snipe's going to come in for Chino. He's going to be able to pick off Theory. So that was a sniper versus sniper battle.
It's crazy to think because they win that round. They're up 3-0. They're in a prime position to win this. I mean, you see 3 players go down for TK. The only one up is Goon right now. He's going to lose that gunfight mid-map, and DT really bringing it to TK here in game number 2.
Good job here by DT. Able to push this out for 3-1. Let's see if they can keep things rolling here in the S&D.
What do you want to see differently out of TK, Maeve?
Honestly, it's for the most part, they just haven't had any success on offense. There, they just got rolled. It's Chino going 6-1, which has been a big factor. But when you have Sharp and Neslo, the two guys I think spend the most time playing S&D on this team that are combined 1-8 right now, one of these guys needs to get going. I mean, could it be because they've been playing too much with Courage?
Throw Goon in there, and they're 2 for 11, right?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see him at the top of the scoreboard just because it's, and that's just a 3, eliminated immediately. Happy and Cinder coming in on the kill feed, able to just absolutely crush him. Shots coming in, he's able to pick up one, can't snap on the other, and DT is just starting to run away with this one, pal.
It's crazy to watch. I understand TK, they just tried to push up in the top mansion. I think what happened is they probably thought that player was going to be running a VMP. He's actually, there's another player up in top mansion after this player, Chino, pushes
Look at all
out.
the perks there.
Yeah, but the guy behind Chino has an M8, so when he jumps up into top mansion, you're getting picked at range.
He had 5 perks.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, it's good you see different class variations, right?
Oh, yeah.
Usually in Call of Duty,
I'm sticking with Chino. He's 7-1.
Competitively, it's 1 or 2 classes that players find throughout the year that they really love, and that's all you see. Now with the ban and protect, with all the different things in Black Ops 3, we see a ton of different variety.
Jeez,
and right there,
man. I tried to. They're pushing the front glass. I'm like, all right.
Picks up 3.
Well, the action's going to be coming over. Chino, who we start off with, is going to be by himself at a 1v4 as his teammates just get cut down trying to push towards mansion.
You figure he was going to get 1 if they kept pushing through. And we both played games competitively. When a guy is doing what Chino's doing right now, how angry are you when you die to him? Well, why are you back there?
Oh, honestly, I think it's just because he's 350 off streaks.
Oh, no, I know he's playing for streaks, but it's just really frustrating to die to a player who's
certainly
sitting all the way in the back.
Well, he's starting to push up, going all the way through outskirts. I don't even know if he needs to bother grabbing bomb at this point. Just try and get a couple kills and stay alive.
I mean, I can't see a world in which he gets bombed down. Can you?
Look at this layer of defense.
Yeah,
this is like there's 45
he cannot
seconds.
Go anywhere.
45 seconds left in the end of a football game.
At this point, if he's playing for streaks, just let the clock run out. I mean, you're up 4-1. No reason to give it away by trying to make something happen over on bunker. He's going to spot 1. Not able to win that gunfight.
Now, do they hunt him down is the question. There's one player pushing forward. Goon's trying to get him, and Goon will catch Chino. So no chance for him to get towards streaks.
Why even go into that position where you could get?
He's not that close. He's 350 off. But if you could have got 2 kills, I mean, that brings him within, what, 150? He gets a trophy kill. He picks up 1. All of a sudden, he's got streaks. So I don't know. I mean, at that point, there's 20.
We're relying on trophy kills to get streaks here?
Yes, you absolutely are. Trophy kills are important, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm better at killing trophies than I am players.
I mean, that doesn't shock me one bit.
All right, I'm going to go with Sharp. He's struggling right now, 1-5. Let's see what he's able to do. They did really well with aggression on defense as far as flying out of Mansion. They haven't done a good job pushing into Mansion together. Let's see if they can get something going on the offensive side of things.
Go on defense, actually. There's one player who's standing all the way up top. I believe it's Diabolic. As you see, that first kill come in, he actually moved from that position, but he was standing up top. You can see him from Sharp screen through the trees, but it's going to be first blood in favor of TK, taking out Chino, the hot hand for DT. And this would be big. You see that one player that Neslo has no idea he's there, standing on top of that fence. That is a very interesting spot there by Diabolic.
Yeah, this is a nerdy angle here. I mean, I think Neslo is toast if he decides to come out. We'll see Goon pick up a kill. I'm waiting on this one. I want to see this engagement happen just because I think Neslo's going to be completely caught off guard. Oh, the timing on the peek here. Neslo just sneaking forward. Can he get underneath him, though? He might just get past him. I can't tell with Diabolic's angle if he's going to be able to see the head here.
The bomb's going to go down on the B site.
And he eventually, who wins the battle of patience? Old Neslo. He's going to take that one. Diabolic finally got tired of sitting up on his high horse in that rock. Going to be taken out. Now it's going to be happy by himself in 1v4. He's going to get taken out.
TK gains some momentum. That's the smart veteran play from Neslo.
I was like, eventually
probably knows somebody is watching it, doesn't know what position, but just able to wait him out.
Eventually somebody's going to move. You know, I like watching that stuff. The tension just builds. Yeah. They start to inch forward and forward. But at some point, I'm like, all right, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, there was a while.
They're not moving at all.
I believe it was a UMG Nashville. It's like Karma with that phase in the finals against Denial. And it was Sav Esendini staring at this doorway, the sniper rifle. And like, he's just waiting. And the guy just doesn't come through. The whole crowd is going nuts, but eventually actually
I love it's such a tease for the viewer. You know, you have the x-ray vision. You're like, oh, they're going to engage. They never come. You see them able to fly up. They're able to pick up 1, but they get shut down. This is the second really solid defensive stand you've had at TK. You know, again, Neslo was telling me how you really have to have good team comps to hold this, and they're holding it very, very well.
And Neslo on a 5 streak. You actually go on board with him. He's got to be close against something.
Well, I remember he was
0-4,
0-4, right?
Yeah, he was 0-4. So him and Sharp really picked it up. There's a player he's gotten right behind him, right next to you.
So much for streaks. Chino's able to pick up one. It's going to be a 1v2.
You jinxed
I'm
him.
sorry. Now, do you think about using your vision pulse here in a 1v2? He's going to find him. Somebody 1v1. The player's coming from behind. No way he can get out. And that just ends up being great timing for Theory. Flanks around the back, able to pick up that kill.
Well, that's
4-4.
like they're in a position to trade these kills. Like the last few rounds we've been seeing when they lose, Theory picks up one, he drops Sharp out of position, not able to trade it. Some other players not out of position for TK. Right there, Theory comes in, cleans up that kill before Chino can get away, brings this back to a tie game.
All right, let's get into round 9. I'm going to hop through everybody real quick. Let's take a look. We have Glitch, Camo, almost Vision Pulse. So we have a basically full specialist for both sides, except Happy, no overdrive. So everybody else in the game pretty much has theirs up.
Now, you know, coming down into these last few rounds, going to be important when these players decide to use. You see the EMPs coming in. At that point, if you're Sharp, do you think that DT is pushing Snow? You really don't know. You lose that mini-map, you lose all information. I think you see those EMPs come flying out that they're going to try and push, go all the way in the flanks. So that's why you see TK start to take over Mansion, and there's players still in there, though.
Sharp, I would say, do not drop bomb up top there. You want to try and work this plant. Now, who's going to be the man? You saw the Vision Pulse pop.
Oh, they know bomb's going down at B now.
Oh, yeah, I think it was Chino. Yeah, Chino used it, and he's going to be able to get a kill with it. That's easy. He was tagged up, knew right where he was coming from. He knows there's a player on bomb as well. Happy's going to push it, and he's going to be able to take him out with Diabolic. Is going to shut down Sharp. Neslo gets Chino, though, so 2 versus 2. Bomb down. He's trying to push towards wall. He doesn't realize they're both actually back there, and they do have the plant for it.
Yeah, and Diabolic, I actually thought might have been able to get on bomb there. He's going to fire down some shots. Happy's
somebody has to push him.
Up.
This is good. He went pretty quickly. He's got to distract him, and somebody's got to jump the bomb right now. They both just flew for it. They don't have time to get back anyway.
Nope.
That's the best way you can plant it. If you can get that plant for your side, basically, go back to half wall. There's not a lot a team can do unless you already had a player like kind of in rocks that's ready to hit them right away. I mean, once it got to that point where there's 20-some seconds left.
Yeah, they weren't going to. I know, like, the strategy, like, they're probably just trying to get shots, like, Diabolic and Happy on the same player, be able to take him out, and then, you know, force that 2v1, force the site play. But at that point, smart plays by Team Kaliber don't come out and challenge it, and they are 1 round away from tying up the series.
Well, let's stick here with with Chino, as he's 10-5. He's been doing really well. He's been effective with the sniper as well. But the pressure, again, going to be coming towards TK, and they love pushing out a Mansion here. Can he win the gunfight? He's able to take that one. It looks like he's starting to work towards Heatwave. Now, they used basically everything but Glitch, so Goon's going to be the only one with something left, but they have a 4v2 advantage. This is going to be so tough for Diabolic and Chino. Is they're about to have one player left, I think. He goes in, pushes with the Heatwave. Going to be able to clean it up, and Team Kaliber gets on the board here with a Game 2 win. Going to be able to tie up the series 1-1, and it was early. Was TK up 3? No, sorry, DT was up 3-0? 2-0? I know they had a really good start, and TK was trying to climb back in this one.
It was 2
for Team Kaliber, because DT, I think, right now is going to be the favorite in the respawns, at least coming off of Game 1. They were very, very successful in holding that. Do you expect anything surprising here?
No. Seems these teams have been going pretty standard. I mean, VMP ban, starting to see it a little bit more now. Kuda come out. Do we see anything towards the assault rifles? Maybe throw Goonjar off a little bit more. Maybe one of the guys on DT feels confident he can use one of the other rifles effectively. You see overdrive being gone, Neslo getting rid of that one. I don't think we see anything too out of the ordinary in this.
No, these teams haven't bothered touching the Shiva or the M8. They've been much more concerned with focusing on the subs. This is going to be a map where you're going to see at least several M8s out, I would think. Concussions going. Do we see flashes potentially go as well? Kinetic, and then the last one is going to be Happy. I'm trying to think if there's any specialists I really expect them to use. It's going to be flashes. Okay, that makes sense. So concussion and flash both going to come out.
So no reason to really use TAC.
Nope.
To kind of get that one out of the game. So maybe now that's why you see more perk 1. Agreed. Because there's really no need for TAC.
Could be, yeah.
Especially in...
I think people are going to start to realize how strong Overclock really is, especially, like you said, when you're talking abilities. When you start getting your ability every 60 to 90 seconds, if you're playing well, it can really be the factor. Heatwave coming in for Theory. Now, what do you expect? 2-2 split probably here?
I'd like a 2-2 split, to be honest.
Well, you have...
I'm a fan of the 2-2 split. You got Goon with a Scythe. If there was a player to use another weapon, I'd probably say it's Neslo.
Now, do you think, okay, since Flak doesn't get run a lot, do you think all right, Sparrow doesn't get used very often, and it's mostly, do you think it's just for the draw time on the Sparrow is the big thing about it? If you think that was much quicker, that would have people start using it a little more, maybe
You know,
put it
I
in the
saw a
mix
sick
with
play from the other day. I actually saw Attach make a really sick play with Tempest.
Yeah, Tempest, I saw Zuma make some crazy plays with one recently as well.
Yeah.
I think I was in an 8th
You can
lobby.
shoot it pretty quick.
Yeah, we don't really see Tempest. I mean, it's been Scythe and Annihilator. To be fair, I do think those are the two best.
I do.
I'm just wondering what would need to change to see maybe Tempest a little bit more, see just a mix of some of the other weapons. Because it's really just these two, the Purifier depending on the map.
On a longer range map like this, I think you could run a Tempest or you can run a Sparrow. The Scythe, I think, makes a lot of sense on this one. Annihilator as well, but I think those would be the next two weapons I would go
Tempest,
after.
I feel like, could really be effective. You know, when you have that kind of train coming where you have
hit one
someone
guy
leading that
and it jumps,
leading the drone carrier, and all of a sudden you're picking up a couple players with it, potentially could be used, but we haven't seen it at all. Obviously, the player is much more comfortable going in Annihilator Scythe. Very simple. You have a massive robotic chain gun, and you have a one-shot pistol. I get it, certainly. I'm just trying to think of ways that maybe we'd see more weapon variety here. Now, do you think if maybe there's a patch that comes out from Treyarch, and the times are boosted a little bit for something, maybe like the Tempest and the...
Well, what if, I mean, we can see more players run overclock.
True.
I think those weapon guys, maybe they want run perk one greed.
I'll check those immediately, see if we're going to have overclock.
Yeah, see if we have overclock on the guys with weapons. But talk a little bit about the side of DT. They're going to have a Scythe and Annihilator as well. Heatwave, they go active camo. So same things on both sides. Nothing really too different. I mean, nothing different at all, quite frank.
Yeah.
You know, I just read them out. I know that there's nothing different. You know, guys, now there's nothing different. Just adding their score streaks. The HCXD back in this one was gone in the last one. No more dart flying.
Yeah,
don't think that makes too much of a difference.
I don't think we'll see. I don't know how much an HC will make an impact really in uplink per chance. I mean, it definitely, when you're usually you'll see an uplink. I'm guessing we'll probably see more Lightning Strike, Hellstorm, and then Cerberus potentially. You drop that mid map, wreaks havoc. I don't think we'll see too much of the HC car. More
I think
so
we are.
Hardpoint.
No, I think we're going to see the HC on this.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like uplink plays a lot.
Think about it, Clint.
We're structured a lot faster. We'll take a look here.
Okay, we'll take a look. I think we're going to see the HCXD uplink. You guys are new. It's going to be unlimited score limit, 5-minute time limit per half. It's going to be 10 minutes for the total game. Teams are going to switch sides at halftime, a 5-second respawn delay. You grab the drone, you jump it in, you get 2. You grab the drone, you throw it in, you get 1.
Well, we've got a mix.
Fairly simple.
We've got Cerberus, Wraith, HC, Raps. So only one HC. I told you, man. It's not that good for uplink. Look at this variety, though. We've got Cerberus, Wraith, Raps coming in for TK. Now look at this two-man flank they're going to be pushing around. I think Diabolic's going to be the first man in. He's going to be pushing right there. He has the Pharaoh, I believe, in his hands. Now the drone, going to get tossed in for yards. Is anyone going to be able to do anything with it? Now it's going to be Happy basically tossing it out. You see the L car picking up a kill here at L. Cinder going to be watching.
So a gun that makes it into this one too, Clint, that we didn't realize, the Shiva. Do we see anyone?
Well, they haven't done anything with the Shiva. I don't think they've banned or protected it once. They haven't bothered with it.
Yeah.
Whereas last series, you saw it get used quite a bit. Those shots going right over his head. He's going to fly and just try to grab it and run back. Unfortunately, gets dropped. That's a couple kills here for TK. They may potentially get forward here. He's going to go through small worm. Wants to wrap around through tracks. He's got a couple players in front of him. Can he hit a one-point toss? We've seen some unique tosses from various angles here. He's waiting on help, just running in circles. Somebody please save me. Teammates do a great job. Theory picks them up. Excellent job, Neslo, waiting on the help. And Theory picking up the kills.
And that's what you want to do. You want to wait for your teammates, get close to you with the drone, get close to the base, then you're able to bring it in. You see Sharp trying to go for a desperation one-point throw.
I think it hit the back top of the roof, maybe. Not able to get it through.
Yeah, good 2-point score there by TK. And also, you know, when you get that little blip on your screen when the drone carrier pops up, you can use that. You can use that
to on a 7 streak.
Yeah.
They can't go anywhere.
He's going for the Raps.
There's nothing they can do. He's so close to getting everything. He's 475 now, and he's just pushing forward. Goon, a man on a mission, going to get cut down, but not before he's able to get
picked up that 1 kill, and then they threw him the drone. He was going to be 25 points off.
So close. But definitely worth considering. I mean, I know we missed the score there, but I want to stay on with Goon because, I mean, he's the main reason they're actually getting the score is because he's just annihilating them inside of their base. So basically what happens there, you have the entire team pushing kind of through tracks there. He knows they're going to be sonning towards 10.
Remember when we talked about, like, they need one guy to be that, you know, Slayer dominant guy for this team. Goon
right now, I mean, he's 13-2. He's on a 4 streak already.
He can do this consistently. He can do this consistently, though. He has a fantastic shot when he gets going with the AR. One of the best in the game with it. I think they just
tries
need
to bank it off the back. Takes just a goofy bounce there.
I think sometimes they just need to put him in better positions to succeed.
Okay.
Goon. Like
I agree with you.
Like, they need to just let him focus on killing, and then the other three kind of figure everything else out.
There is just a storm
There's
of
a lot of people come down tracks.
in front of Sharp. He needs help. He's got Neslo there to back him up. He's going to be taken out, though. And there's the Shivo coming out of Cinder. So we're talking about the fact you haven't seen it a ton in this series yet, but Cinder going to be rocking it now. And you see the Pharaoh. We've had some great variety throughout this one for sure. Everyone pretty much using everything throughout this one early when it comes to your AR.
You saw Diabolic pop his heat wave there, too. He's going to lose it. I believe I was on with Sharp before. He was running overclock, able to get his active camo, and you see he's going to pop it, be able to go in for a 2-point play.
He's rolling now.
He doesn't even get looked at by Chino. He's able to take him out before he drops.
Well, they've just been so pinned. I mean, Goon's just been crushing.
They have not, speaking of DT, they've not been able to get out of their base once.
Goon's quadruple positive.
Every time we have gone on with Goon, he is standing on top of their grandma, killing them.
Yeah, typically if you have the team's top Slayer spending more time in your base than he is his own, it's not going well for you. Theory able to pick up one, grab the second pushing tracks.
Fantastic bit of insight. When the other team's person who's putting up the most kills is standing in your spawn, killing you over and over again, you're not having a good game.
No, not having fun. Like, this isn't fun for DT right now.
I can understand why those teams you coached did well.
Yeah, I told them the basics. You know, if you want to win, you play well. If you want to lose, you play bad.
Yep, it's a fantastic
tidbits of knowledge with Maven there. Try to put through the one-pointer. Going to go too deep. That'll be a reset here eventually. Probably Cinder's going to end up tossing this one out. There's only 55 seconds left. They decide to maybe take a risky play and push down tracks, see if they can fire a point through.
Quite frankly, at this point, I mean, you might as well try anything.
Yeah, can we get some points?
Yeah, you haven't anything.
Can we score in
favor?
Our own goal? Is that potentially possible?
No.
Oh, okay, actually, was he considering
it? He may have been just trying to do that as we see he passes the drone backwards, and now it's going to come all the way through auto. You have Happy.
Needs help.
He decide to use his active
Good job.
camo.
Diabolic picks it up with the Pharaoh. They may be able to get points on the board. Hits the boost, hits the camo. This should definitely be a dunk. Has enough to get through, and that's at least a good in for DT. You know,
it's something you go in the second half being confident about, or feeling good about.
You got slapped around by Goonjar.
Well, actually, there goes the drone.
No. In theory, just counter caps. Excellent play. Oh, from the veteran. That's Happy coming up huge. Is anyone else there to potentially get through? No, not going to be a score. So Happy with the burst from the back.
You were talking about how it's going to be great, confidence, and then I saw Theory pick up the drone. I looked at the minimap. I was like,
there's nobody home.
There's nobody there.
Well, excellent job there by Happy to clean that up. So that's a really good final, 30, 40 seconds there for DT as they can get on the board, because you really, you're printing out a picture of Goonjar's face. You're taping that on your wall and throwing darts at it right now. Like, that was just not a fun half of Black Ops 3 for you if you're DT. You just got slammed. You couldn't spawn and move 10 feet without getting picked up by Goonjar. He is triple positive, 21-7.
That was just the first half.
He's doubling.
What's the highest kills we've seen on Uplink?
The highest total? I have no idea, honestly. COD stats, where are you at?
Yeah, you guys better be covering this stuff. As we see Sharp going to go in mid-street, pick up the drone. Now they're going to go back alley with it. He decided to try and get this one-point throw off.
We saw that toss earlier. It was Nagafin, right, that was able to hit that. And I think he just didn't aim it quite high enough. Not enough arch on that one. You're going to see.
He was just throwing it for yards, man. He's just trying to get his teammate get a 2.
Still gets 2 points. It's going to work. I thought he was going for 1, no?
I feel like DT has had everything that could possibly go wrong. Right? I mean, they make that play right there. TK at the beginning. DT stops them for not going to get that 1-point throw, and it ends up Theories in their base. They end up getting 2 out of it, and then right there at the end, I mean, in the end of the first half, they have that good end. They get that 2-point play, but they almost let Theory get another score. I think just a little bit more awareness of the drone and where the players are on the map. It's almost like CTF, where I don't want to say you count spawns, like you know exactly where players are, but you have to have some kind of accountability of who's up and where they are on the map generally.
Well, that was one of the more fun things to watch. Remember Blitz and Ghost? It was one of the more fun things to listen to teams communicate. Just talking, how many are alive? How many are alive? What lane's open? What lane's closed? I used to love to listen to communication for a game like Blitz. No, I really feel like the communication, though, just talking about how many are up, how many are down was so important in that game type. It's similar here in Uplink for sure, especially with the 7.5 second delay.
Well, you have to have one person, I don't don't want to say on your team dedicated to it, but one person needs to have that mental clock in their head, able to count when players are going to be spawning up and who it is. Because there's a lot of times where you'll see one player sneak behind, and you see it on the minimap. They have absolutely no idea that player's there. And on a game mode like this, where you can take the drone, throw it into the base for yards, a player can be back there, pick up 1-2 kills, result in a 2-point score, and then potentially even just a rallying of the drone. Can't let that happen. Even more viable in CTF. CTF, you can't let that happen whatsoever. As you see, TK throw that drone for yards like we were just talking about. Now it's going to be Goonjar with the assist of Neslo, not able to get any points.
And nobody's there to clean it up. So, they have a 6-point advantage.
But just think about it. We're 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second half. Every gunfight or engagement we have seen has been in the DT base. This is the first time we have seen them get out of their base.
Oh, no, I'm not convinced they've actually ever played this game type before.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't go that.
Nice pass, able to pick up one. That should be a dunk through. They're able to pick it up. See, they heard me. I'm motivating them, Matt. That's what I do. I'm a motivational speaker. Happy gets the headshot there. Nice use of Camel, able to put 2 in. They've brought the deficit to 4. Are they able to
they're great when they get out of their spawn. They just got to get out of their spawn.
The trickiest part. Can we spawn with active camo, please? So we
can
just run forward?
Chino picks a 2 mid-map, and you see there's that one arrow at the top. I believe that's still Happy in the TK base. So DT can get control of the drone, throw it in for some yards. Happy is there in position, but seems like the drone going to be in control of TK there for a second. Now back in favor of DT. It's going to be Diabolic with it in his hands, trying to get across the mid-street with a player in bricks. With the way Goonjar is shooting as well, you are not going to get by. Had some shots put down and picks up another
shuts down
as well.
The scythe. Goon
with the RK5. Just unbelievable shots out of Goon.
29-13. He was on a 3 streak before he dropped, and now the pressure coming forward. It's going to be Sharp and Neslo. This may be 1 point. Yep, that's Neslo with big kill after big kill, able to protect his buddy Sharp, and there goes the 1-point toss. Extends the lead to 5. Great job from Sharp and Neslo on the push. Now you'll see the accuracy there of Goon as he is just clobbering people mid-map. Another 2 streak, and love what you said. He's playing that designated Slayer role, and here comes the big bad scythe. There's one, lines it up. 2 more in the back. I don't know why he's looking back alley, really, because they haven't forced that spawn at all. He's got to get back base, and then he can really get effective there. But they're going to be actually rotating over to tracks. Now we'll see what he can do with the site. They want to run from it.
Are they completely unaware that he's still alive in the base?
He still has a robotic arm that shoots very, very quickly.
How has he not been called out or accounted for? Now you start to see the spawn back alley.
There's what he's looking for.
Well, that's where he was originally looking to pick up a lot of kills. It's kind of funny that he actually gets shut down the only time that he's able to look there. The guys on DT were spawning back alley when he had that scythe out. It would have gotten over.
Oh, it absolutely would have. They just didn't have anyone push forward enough, and that's going to be camo. This should be 2 camo uses that lead to a dunk, and there it is again. So that's going to be Happy, I believe, that's able to put through basically all of their points, and they've all been with camos. He has all 3 of their dunks, and everyone's been through camo. So if you want to know effective use of it, that is definitely a good example. Now they're tossing it at the base for yards. Is there anyone there that's going to be able to potentially get forward?
Nope.
They have 8 seconds, nothing they can do. I mean, pretty good effort by DT to get back in it. They look stronger at times, but really, I mean, it just came back to, like you said, it's almost like it's a schedule. Everyone's going to be getting their fair share of time in the spotlight here, but let's get into the Ban and Protect for Game 4. If this could even come within, anywhere close to what we saw in the last CTF, this would be an amazing game.
I don't know if I can mentally handle another CTF like the last one. Vesper, Rapid Fire, see you later. Those guys really don't see too much fluff or play. Overdrive, going to be gone as well, high caliber. So now we'll start to see more of a variety, I think, but you expect CTF trying to get the flags out, get rid of the tacticals. That would probably be the most logical thing, at least that I can think of right now.
Yeah, we'll see. It's pretty much your standard stuff here early on. We haven't seen anyone opt to get rid of the Shiva. I don't think this is a map you really need to worry about it on.
Kinetic's not a bad play. The guys on DT are relentless going to go with the Kuda. They keep getting rid of the Vesper. They keep getting rid of the VMP.
I think by the end of the season, if we talk about the most used sub by the end of the season, it could very well be the Kuda by the end of the season.
You think so?
Potentially, just because of Ban Protect. Like, I actually think the Kuda, I don't know, I think the Kuda and VMP are very close for me.
I think they are as well.
Most people still prefer the VMP, but by the end of the season, just due to Ban Protect, I think the Kuda might end up being the most used sub. I mean, do you think it's been what do you think's been the most used sub thus far, that or the VMP? In the
I bet you it's split.
It's got to be pretty close, right?
Split, yeah.
think?
I like the Kuda. I mean, we talk about when we compare those two. It's just
one
good
shoots
overall.
a little faster, one's maybe a little bit steadier, a little bit more range on the Kuda.
Yeah, going to the specialist strap. You got Sharp going to go with Heat Wave, looking to see if he can really put together a good game. He's had a pretty rough series as far.
I'm sorry, who, Sharp?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started a bit slow. Him and Neslo really started slow in the S&D. Thankfully, Neslo able to pick up that slack and really come alive. But if anyone can do it, if anyone can muster that strength late, it'll be Sharp. He's a guy you'd love to have in a situation late in the game.
Yeah.
But then again, you saw a very, very brutal, I hate to bring it up, I'm sorry, TK fans, but a brutal Game 5, Round 11 loss. I don't want to go that way again. TK, you got to close this out. You don't want a Game 5. Shut this down. Win this CTF. You do not want to.
Yeah, you don't want to see that Redwood S&D. And then take a look. Annihilator from Sender. You got Scythe and Chino. You're going to have Scythe and Annihilator on the side of TK as well. So no difference in specialists.
Nope.
Same ones for both teams.
We've seen them mirror a couple times now throughout these
No
ones.
camo in this one. Actually, it was banned, right? No, Overdrive was banned.
Was it Kinetic and Overdrive?
Kinetic, yeah.
Kinetic and Overdrive.
So no camo.
So camo we've seen have, I mean, honestly, the biggest difference maker ability we've seen through the first 2 days is probably Kinetic Armor or camo for me. Well, no, okay, Heat Wave's been pretty awesome.
Heat Wave. Heat Wave's been
I've seen some really awesome plays with camo, though.
We've seen some great plays with Heat Wave. We've seen some great plays with camo. And Kinetic, I think those are really the three.
I actually need to, I'm going to sleep on this one.
Those are the three.
I need to think about it more.
As
far as the abilities go?
those are the three. As far as the abilities go, we see them make a huge impact. And the Scythe and the Annihilator, those are really the two weapons we see the most.
That's it.
Quite frankly, that's really it.
I've seen the Purifier.
So War Machine once. Saw the Purifier a few times. Other than that.
Most part, Scythe Annihilator, which, again, I understand. But let's see with this one, who's going to be able to make those big plays. You know, we saw teams not doing a very good job as far as dealing with the overextension when they were getting flags out, especially in that last series. And granted, it was just so hectic that everyone, I think, was pretty all over the place at that point.
Well, you look at that last CTF between Optic and Elevate, it just got crazy. I mean, players just overextending, running back, going mid-map. Like, there was no flow to the game. It was just spawn up and go. Like, I'm just going to go this way, you go that way.
But once it
just got crazy.
Yeah, once the gates opened, it just went absolutely nuts. We'll see if we have something like that.
I don't think so with these two teams.
No, I think it'll be a bit slower.
A slower game with these teams.
At least until a cap gets on the board. Then again, things may speed up a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something a little slower. I mean, what was it the first series? We didn't even see a score in the first half with H2K.
Yeah, it was stalemate to end the whole first half in that one. I mean, I don't think we see a lot of scores in this one as well. But it's going to be a breach, capture the flag, an limited score limit. 5-minute time limit, 7.5 respawn delay. Team's going to switch sides at the half. We get a fair shot from both sides of the map.
All right. Let's see. Can TK close things out here? They've got a 2-1 advantage right now. See if they can take care of business, or are we going to have a back-to-back-to-back Game 5?
There was one night during the Pro League last year that we casted back-to-back-to-back. That was 4 matches, right? Back-to-back Game 5s.
It happens, you know? And it's always a joy when you get to spend this much time learning about these pro players, seeing all this incredible high-flying action. But let's see how this one
could be worse.
Gonna break down.
Sitting here with Scott.
That's true. Oh, no, come on. I miss Gandhi, man.
I don't think anybody else does.
Nobody does.
Nope. Everyone just kind of playing slow here towards the middle of the map, just trying to get map positioning. Diabolic doing a nice job. Picking up 2 with the Kuda.
This is going to
open up the base. This is going to be a pull. You can see when these teams get that pinch going, players approaching from both sides. That's their best chance to get a pull. And right there, it was pretty much shut down by Theory.
Now, I was wondering if you're going to see much out of the Shiva, especially combined with the Elfar, can be very dangerous, but not able to win that gunfight. They got a pull. I mean, I was sure they were going to at least get one. They got shut down within a foot of trying to leave the base. But you saw some pretty nice aggression early on here from the side of DT.
So let's open up the minimap real quick, and let's just talk about CTF in general. You're going to want to try and get, you see where Diabolic is and Happy is, you're going to want to try and get at least, 3 players, at least in my opinion, on those outskirts of the map. You're going to try and push the base from both sides, have one guy in that mid-map. As soon as you pull the flag, that mid-map guy going to have to rotate. Probably somebody is spawning up, Gonna have to pick that up mid-map. That's your easiest way to get flags.
Well, he's about to run into one right here as he pushes. He had that heat wave, just not able to get it off in time as he will drop. So a couple guys able to kind of sneak through the cracks. I think it was Theory on the left side. He got caught in the base, but able to push through a bit. And then you saw Diabolic trying to make plays as well. One down for either side here. No real successful aggression yet.
No, you saw TK try and get that pinch on as well. Neslo, though, gets gunned down. Over on the Palace side of the map, that stops that pretty quickly, and now TK gonna go on the defensive. See how slow this CTF game is. Goon might be playing Search and Destroy. He doesn't really know.
Yeah, look, I mean, he's just waiting to get a pick and then move up. You know, you layer the map. You get a kill, you move up a bit. You get a kill, you move up a bit. And he's worried somebody might have snuck by. No, don't worry, bud. You can be your he's a statue.
He has absolutely no incentive to move up the map. I like the way you think there is absolutely, with the way he is playing, there is absolutely no intention to move up the map.
Well, here we'll see a defensive stand. That's Neslo in theory able to pick up a couple and shut it down. Goonjar is going to get picked up by Happy on this right side. So you'll see immediately what does that mean? It means Neslo needs to pick it up. Somebody has to grab these outskirts, and he doesn't check inside a hut. That player really is, well, yeah, he is going to rotate back. Great play there. Neslo's going to run by, check from the backside, able to pick up that player. He had one bottom glass as well, so they're starting to get forward here. Sharp, is he going to opt to go for a pull? I mean, look at it. He's surrounded. I mean, not really closely surrounded, but he's got players spread out across mid-map, and now he knows his team picked up a kill at home. There's going to be somebody spawning close. Now, if they spawn out, they're going to know Sharp's in the back of the base here. They're going to pull. He's pulling it right to a player, unfortunately. Oh, he's low, though.
No, yeah, that player's below him. And
now he's about to get shot in the back.
I thought he was going to live there. Actually, Chino picks him up with the HCXD.
Shot in the back by a car.
Yep. I thought if Sharp went high, he actually might have been able to make it out. So very interesting.
Take a look here. It's going to be Goonjar. We've talked about how stationary. I mean, his job basically is have an aim stand still, hold this right side. And so far, he's been able to, for the most part, to hold off aggression. I mean, he's only 1-7, but he's been able to slow them up. They haven't really been able to get a successful push on this side. He's able to get his second kill. I mean, this has got to be a boring game for him thus far, as he hasn't seen a lot of action. Let's go to Happy, who's trying to flank through. Sharp going to be able to take him out as he comes flying through that mid-connector.
This game right now, Clint, this is just...
This is the opposite.
Opposite of what we just saw.
Yeah, it's kind of...
It's like I'd love to like talk about something, but nobody's really done anything to kind of gain any map advantage or...
You're getting both examples of why I love and at times hate CTF. Sometimes you can play very, very slow. There isn't too much to talk about in the way of pulls or exciting gameplay, whereas the last one we had was just off its rocker crazy. And you'll see he's actually going to hit his vision pulse there. That's going to allow them to get forward. They should potentially be able to get a pull here. Just can't find him in the air.
We've seen them get...
Chino's on an 8 streak. He's 10-1.
Oh, well, he's just playing all the way in the back of his base. This is why we haven't seen it.
That's probably true. I haven't been checking the back of his base
all the way in the back of the base, but I guess he is just sitting out there picking up some kills. He has one below him. This would be huge. They could be able to score this flag.
And he's going
to have full streaks as well. Not looking good here for Team Kaliber. You see the one player get cut down on that far right side. That was Goonjar going on the overextension. That is a flag cap for DT here in the first half. So they're going to go up by 1. They're going to hold this lead going in the second half. Nothing crazy going to happen.
Chino's got his Scythe. He's got Lightning. He's got Hellstorm. He's got everything right now.
Okay, both teams played
I was wondering, I was like, how have I missed that he hasn't died? It's because he's been the defender, which like TK hasn't put any pressure up there. Having him watch that side of the map.
He must have just been going on top of green, just looking over towards that B bomb site.
Sure.
Then just rotating around the map, but that is a very slow-paced CTF
Well, we'll keep things going with Chino here on the second side because I want to see how he may opt to use.
I mean, what? Neslo's 8-8. You got, Sharp at 3-10, still struggling. Goon 3-10, as well as Sharp at 3-11. Sorry. Chino at 12-1, putting up the best KD we've seen thus far. You see an Annihilator kill come out at the beginning. Happy picking up 1. You see players starting to retreat for Team Kaliber as they feel like the push is on. See Chino cutting across the map. He has no intention of going near the middle of the map.
No, he is not concerned at all.
Nope.
Diabolic right below top broken. We'll see if he may be able to pick up the kill. Yep, one's going to fly out, able to get that. He's not aware there's one top broken, though, but he's getting close to picking up his HC car.
Oh, they're going to, if he wins this gunfight.
Yeah, can you get out? Not able to get around the corner.
At that point, you got to challenge it. I mean, there's another player in the base, and Neslo's going to win 2 big gunfights. He wins that one versus Diabolic, and then the next one versus Happy. But if Diabolic challenges that, at least put some shots in him. You should be able to win that, or at least come close to. He's got a pretty good advantage jumping up, shooting down at that player. See Chino picking up another one, 14-1 on a 12 streak. He actually, that wasn't his Cerberus. That's somebody else's Cerberus on the map. I don't know whose that is. As
well, you got 13-6 for Diabolic. You got 12-7 for Cinder.
So it's probably Cinder's.
It's like the opposite. Like they're just all to a degree. I mean, look at the KDs
they are
right
so
now.
streaked out. I mean,
Cinder had full streaks. Chino has full streaks. Like, this is just, how is TK going to possibly get a score on the board with everything that they have out? The answer is no. And I mean,
you're already saying the answer is no?
Yeah. I mean, when you talk about the slower type of play style that we're seeing right now, I mean, if you're going to play slow, you might as well work on these streaks, might as well work on statting a bit. We've seen TK play pretty slow. They're playing slow, but they're 4-15,
we're 3 minutes away from this game being ended. What does Chino finish?
This is going to be the highest KD of all time, right? I mean, no. I mean, I'm sure we've had crazier ones, but he's 14-1. Like, what?
I mean,
is he ever going to die?
I just kind of want to watch through his eyes for a little bit. He is playing so defensive. He has no intention of fighting anybody in a 1v1 gun battle. So you see Sharp and Theory both picking up.
Well, here's an easy kill. Hey, Neslo. How are you, pal? Able to pick that one up. He'll come out. No, he might die. He is going to be taken out. Sorry, Chino, 15-2. Finally, he is going to drop, and that's going to be Goonjar picking it up, able to shut it down. Diabolic and crew rotating back, because you're going to see the pressure coming in from the top of the map. It's going to be Goonjar not able to get forward and get a pull. And I don't think, I feel like TK hasn't touched the flag since the opening 60 seconds.
Nope.
Because they got a touch pretty early, right? They got shut down like right away.
Yeah.
I can't think of another time where they've really gotten in a good position to maybe push forward and grab a flag.
I mean, Chino's just been a turret in the back of the base. And how could they get another pull on the flag? And you see Goon move up towards that mid-map. He is really having a tough one here. 4-15, 4-16. Him and Sharp just
look at a little bunny hop coming across the map for Happy, and he's on a 4 streak of his own. He's got an HC car. Can he gun him from here? No, get out, run away. No ammo, can't get anything done here. Minute 40 on the clock. It's still a 1-0 lead from DT. We said we expected this one to be a low-scoring game. It's been the definition of that.
Who else has streaks? Chino finally dies mid-map. That's only going to be his 3rd death of the game. Is he the only one with streaks for
here, I'll flip
this
through
DT team?
real quick.
So you got an HC out of Happy.
Chino,
he's got the Lightning Hellstorm. What does Cinder have? He's got Lightning Hellstorm as well. This is going to be, if TK pulls this off, this would be incredible. But you see the guys on DT
coming in here.
Sitting
Happy
in their
uses
base.
smokes. He's able to get out. Can he get around the corner? There's one player going to be below him. How does he decide to play this? Needs a little help, and he just jets straight across.
Great movement.
Great movement until he got stuck there for just a second. The streaks were coming in, I think, to try and back him up. Who's the player from TK here trying to make noise? That's going to be Neslo. He's going to get shut down. The flag's still out. They're going to return it there at the last second. Now, can they turn this into something? TK's got a chance here, I think, to get a flag pull at least. They've got to move faster. They've got to get going. Theory gets one as well. All the streaks starting to come in. They're inside. Get it in full. You got to pull it right back inside, right?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, with the way they are loaded up on streaks, that was an Annihilator they killed. So
get indoors.
It's going to be Goon with the flag in
They're
hand.
All down
He's going to take that one.
Can he get to the small room?
My.
You got to think something's going to get called in here, right?
Coming in?
Are they saving? Did they have any left?
What are they?
Hold on, I'm checking real quick. Cinder has him. Goon still got the flag, though, and he's going to tie this up. So Cinder potentially could have made a play with these streaks, right? He had to. What are you saving him for overtime, I guess? TK able to tie this up. I wasn't even really getting hyped because I'm like, all right, they're going to get him with a Hellstorm. They're going to get him with Lightning Strike. They're not going to take him out. And all of a sudden, TK going to be able to tie this one up. Unbelievable. Wow. That went from being like the slowest, well, that was the slowest CTF ever, but they're able to tie it up in the final seconds. And
why do we not see
what's the conversation there with DT? Is it maybe there's no one close enough to get the return?
You're going to use 2.
I've got no answer for you.
And stop that guy in the little room and gotten close.
What do you?
I mean, how many times in CTF where we've seen the Hellstorm, you don't have to boost it right away. You drop. Right? You got to hover it above.
Yeah, you drop the Hellstorm, and then what do you just pepper that with the Lightning Strike right after, and just hope that you kill somebody again?
And then hope your teammates can get over there off the spawn. But I guess DT just not opting to use that.
All right, Cinder, we're gonna have a Skype call later. I just want you to quickly explain the thought process
already.
there.
Diabolic's out of position all the way in Palace, so they're not going to be able to rotate back. This is going to be cap. Watch this.
It certainly should be. Neslo's bringing it up top. They've got them pinned. They're going to keep spawning
100%.
Mansion. They're definitely going to keep spawning Mansion. Take a look at the minimap here. They should be spawning at the bottom of the map. Well, at this point,
so
no, they're
now
going to
you
spawn
see
way
those
back.
streaks.
Now they come in. They saved them for overtime. Not going to be able to pick it up. It's going to be Neslo. This should be the overtime victory for TK, as they're going to be able to potentially take a 3-1. 43 seconds is going to be so tough to beat.
I'm stunned. You have 2 players with full streaks. You had a Cerberus during that second half. And they tie the game?
Did he use both? Does he still have a Saison?
No, Sender used both right there.
He did use both. Okay, I heard
I don't see the difference between using both in regulation and then using both there. There was nobody near it.
Yeah.
That one as well.
I don't know.
You would figure try and use it in regulation.
Did he have him? I'm not sure, but here we go. They have to score so quickly. There's only 35 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
They basically have to get 3 done. Just push across immediately. First one forward is going to be happy. He might be able to catch one, though. Shots are off. He's going to be taken out by Theory, and that's going to be another one down, 2 down. Neslo and Goon still up. Chino and crew trying to get forward. He has the scythe out. Cinder's pushing for a flagpole. If he can win this one, he gives himself a chance. He's got it. Trying to get forward. Kill from top broken. That should be it, right?
Yep. That looks like it's going to be it, unless a miracle happens with Happy and Diabolic. You actually see Theory down there firing some shots with the Annihilator.
Not enough time.
It's going to be TK.
So TK able to take it, and that's one, you know, I have to go back and watch the minimap because obviously these pro players know the game much better than I do. Now, sorry, sometimes I think with overtime the names can flip. That is absolutely a TK victory. They had the 43-second cap. They're able to take this, ignore the winners. DT Esports, not true. TK able to take it. I believe it's just a bug with the
Even
overtime.
the game's confused.